Welcome to the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast by Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds, and I cannot wait to share all of my keto, low-carb secrets with you during season 5. Get ready for a fast ride because the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast by Stephanie Laska is going to get you inspired and help you to be successful. Let's get started. Get ready with me. Get ready with me, keto morning routines. Doesn't that sound fun? Keto morning routines. I always see these people on social media doing the get ready with me, and I thought that could be super fun to share with our keto audience, couldn't it? Because there's so much that's going on in the morning that sets you up for success when you're on the keto diet. I know that's been my situation. So I would like you, please, to give me a thumbs up if you struggle sometimes with motivation and willpower on the keto diet. Does that ever happen? It's okay to admit it. I'll give a thumbs up because, we're not perfect human beings. We don't always jump out of bed feeling motivated, fired up, excited, committed. Our motivation and our willpower, it's like, depends on the day of the week, depends on your mood, depends on the month, the season. So give me a thumbs up if you struggle with this because you're not alone. I don't want you to feel like you are suffering or something's wrong with you because there's all of us here in the group, we all struggle with these same issues. And in fact, this was something I struggled with quite a bit, losing 140 pounds. I'll show you my before and after picture. I try to pick out a fresh one every week to inspire you. Because seriously, there was a lot of ups and downs in my journey, a lot of struggles where I thought, I can just, be committed. I can do this. I can just will myself to do this. And then I realized one day, should I do where's my Nope, that's a happy button. I need this one. Because it was like a big I couldn't always maintain motivation and excitement and willpower. I definitely needed some help. And that's why I'm going to share today these strategies when I say get ready with me on the keto diet. Because I'm going to share what actually worked. I'm going to share how I did it. I'm going to zero this down to 5 steps. Keeping it real, keeping it simple, just 5 highlights today. 5 things, 5 strategies that helped me go on autopilot. And this is all how I got ready in the morning. This was my attitude toward life. And these 5 steps really helped me. And I hope they'll help you too when you say, get ready with me. What's our keto morning routine? Okay, no singing, I promise. Maybe just a little. Okay, no singing. Well, let's get started. Come on. I'm trying to have a little fun here. But okay, so I've got 5 different areas I want to explore on how I get ready in the morning with my keto morning routines. I'll try not to crack bad jokes, even though I want to. And I've got them right here, starting with number 1. You guys ready? You don't have to take notes. I'll make it really simple for you. But number 1, first and foremost, this is how you're going to get ready with me. This is my number 1 strategy. And if you can't get number 1, you might as well just move on. I know, that's tough, isn't it? This is a big one. Number 1 is you've really got to prioritize your own needs. This is what I learned anyway. I'm going to speak in the first person because that way I don't offend people. Because some people get mad, right? But this is what I learned in order to be successful and to lose 140 pounds, to keep that weight off for almost a decade. I really had to learn first thing when I opened my eyes. The first get ready with me trick that I realized for myself was to put my own needs first. And this was a struggle. This was a struggle. It did not come naturally to me. I had little kids, I had a husband, I had work, and everybody else came first. Even ailing parents, everybody came first. And I'm like, I'll be last. I'll take care of myself later. I'll do that later. I'll eat healthy later. I'll exercise later. And then it never happened. Does that sound familiar? So really, that is my first tip for you, is that you've got to learn to put your own self-care, your own needs, your own everything first. And it's really tricky to do when you've got other people. Amen, right? Tell me if you're struggling with that in the comments. And what I mean by prioritizing my needs. For me, I want to explain that a little bit. Self-care for me and prioritizing my own needs meant, first and foremost, I had to learn the hard way on this one because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to. I did not want to admit this, but I really needed to move my body. And I'm going to hold up my Nike sports bra here, my trusty Nike sports bras. I have them in so many pretty colors. But if I don't exercise first thing in the morning, it won't happen. I'll just be real. Now, is that true for you? Or are you a late night person? For me, if I don't do it the second I get up, I won't do it. I'll make up 1,000,001 reasons. I'll get out of it. I'll tell you something else will come up and be more important than myself. So I had to learn that that was something to focus on and to commit to. In addition to my other self-care, prioritizing myself, I really had to learn how to do my food. I had to learn how to do my food prep early and often. So if it was done once a week, if it was done twice a week, sometimes in the morning, first thing. But really, my family is so used to me cutting vegetables at breakfast time. They're like, okay, Mom. Mom's over there cooking vegetables or cutting celery or slicing up zucchini sticks or whatever it is I'm doing. They know why. Because if I don't do it first thing, things tend to slip by the wayside. Plus, I'm making a message to myself. This is all about number one, is I'm telling myself I am most important. My health comes first. I make sure to devote time to these tasks. That way they don't go away. So no matter what it is, I'm looking in my fridge. I'm taking a look at what deliciousness I have available for the day. Do I have the food I need for dinner or for lunch, for snacks? Do I need to put a shopping list together? Do I have enough healthy low-carb vegetables that I can snack on to fill me up? This is all part of, for me, putting my needs first. And it's part of my morning routine. And I recommend you also find a way to make these part of your routines as well. Now, in addition to the nutrition and the activity, which is like, boring. No one's talked about that. But here's one you may not have thought of. And this has to do with self-care on the inside. And a lot of people skip over this part when it comes to losing weight. They think, oh, it's all about what I eat, and I got to stop eating this and stop eating that. I got to exercise. I got to go to the gym. Well, what about the way you see yourself? What about your own self-care? Are you putting on clothes that fit you? Or are you putting on stuff that's huge and baggy and not in style and, from last decade? That's part of self-care. Do you take care of your skin? Are you putting on maybe makeup or lipstick or lip gloss or moisturizing? Are you combing out your hair or wearing it in a style that's flattering, that makes you feel good about yourself? This isn't about being attractive to other people. And I have a friend that her and I go round and round on this one. We're like, I should have a punching bag out right now because we're like, because my friend thinks that you shouldn't have to look good for other people and you should be able to wear sweatpants and let your hair go gray and yada, yada. And I am looking at this from my own perspective. When I was living my life like that, when I was wearing the sweatpants or wearing clothes from a decade ago or wearing huge oversized items or clothes that didn't fit or not even dry cleaned, I just didn't even have a lot of self-respect. And for me, how I looked on the outside with my gray roots, trying to do my hair myself with a box of Lady Clairol and using discount makeup and, ugly clothes that didn't fit me that were 10 years old. All of that for me wasn't about me projecting to the world being attractive or trying to be sexy or fit or a hot mama to people. It wasn't about that. I didn't have self-respect and it showed on the outside. So part of my morning routine that I recommend for everyone here listening and watching, and really you've got to do this first. I'm telling you, if you don't have number one down pat, it's going to be hard to move on and have the rest stick. I know, write that down. Number one's most important, but it all has to do with prioritizing yourself. And for me, that means self-care, exercise, nutrition, getting the right food, and then feeling good about the way I look. So think about how to interpret that for yourself and how that can be interpreted. I'll leave it open to you. And I'd love to hear more about that in the comments. Tell me a little bit more on your thoughts on that. Do you think that's part of the weight loss process and the journey? Do you think that making yourself feel attractive and feel strong and healthy also has to do with food, activity, and the way you look or the way you talk to yourself, that inner voice? I'm curious what you guys think. So I'll stop on number one and just go, I know that's a lot, right? Because in the past, I found it so easy to just start making excuses and then all of my needs would drown. They would go down to the bottom. They'd be at the last on the list. And that is my valuable lesson. That's all number one. I'm going to hold up my teeny tiny life jacket, which is the cutest thing in the whole wide world. Look at this teeny tiny life jacket I'm holding up because this is a reminder to me, put yourself first, save yourself first. You're not going to help anyone in your family. your kids, your spouse, your significant other, your parents, your work, your volunteer work, your hobbies. You're not going to be able to do anything for anyone unless you take care of yourself first. And we were kind of chatting about willpower earlier. Now, here's the thing about willpower, and I hinted that it waxes and wanes, your motivation. What I found as my secret to overcoming that is to develop routines that would help me stay on track. That way I wouldn't have to think about it. Like, do I really want to cut vegetables today? Do I really want to eat healthy? Do I really want to get my hair done? Or should I use that money for bills? Do I really want to, you know what I mean? That little hemming and hawing. These are my strategies to combat that is by developing solid routines that I just do no matter if I want to or not. And that's really what has helped me be successful when I don't want to. Because there's a lot of times in our keto lifestyle, right? In our keto journey, where we're losing weight, we lose 10 pounds and we're like, I don't want to do this anymore. So for me, having these routines really kept me in check. That way, my self-care, it's like I get my hair done. Before I leave, I make an appointment to come back and I don't change it. I make my exercise routine and I stick to it. My vegetable routine, I stick to it. You see what I'm saying? You keep those routines that way. If you start to wax and wane, those will save you. Now, if this concept is interesting to you or you want to kind of develop more skills around the concept of routines, I do encourage you to check out day 5 in your copy of Extra Easy Keto. Day 5 starts on page 135, and I share a ton of routines that have helped me be successful. Yes, I'm going to highlight 5 of them today, but I have like a whole chapter of them here in Extra Easy Keto starting on page 135, as well as going into more of the explanation of routines and how they will help you overcome willpower and motivational problems. Okay, that was a lot. I always put my most exciting one first. That way I can get my words out and go blah, 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 blah. Sound good? Let's move on to number 2. And I'm going to be tracking along. I love it when you guys are commenting and participating. Love it, love it. Everybody's on board. I don't see anybody disagreeing. It's hard to disagree with putting yourself first, but doing it is another thing, right? That's where it gets a little tricky. So what I've learned in order to keep myself on track is to keep some of these healthy routines going. So when my motivation waxes and wanes, I can rely on them to keep me on path, keep me on track, to keep me successful. So let's move on to number 2. I want to be more specific with you. Number 2, I have developed some routines about cooking fast. You guys know I talk fast. I have a lot to say, right? I get super excited about food, and I like to do things fast because I don't want to sit in the kitchen all day. That's just not me. Some people love the slow Southern cooking and the chit-chatting. I just want to get meals on the table, get some food going, and the faster the better. That way I can get back to watching, my favorite show on TV or getting outside or going to work or spending time with the kids. You know what I mean? I want to get in and get out. So first thing in the morning, because the theme today is get ready with me, morning routines on the keto diet. First thing in the morning, when I wake up, I got my clock here I'm showing you, I'm already thinking about a healthy dinner. First thing, I'm talking about breakfast. I'm already planning ahead at the healthy dinner. In fact, oftentimes I think about it the night before and make some decisions then. I don't normally plan every single day. I'm not that organized, but I definitely plan what's for dinner before I go to bed and then start committing to more action steps when I wake up in the morning. So I think that's helpful. Now you might be like, well, what does that mean exactly? What is she talking about? How do you cook fast? What are you thinking about first thing in the morning? Well, it goes back to that self-care thing about like prepping vegetables, making sure you have things on hand that are nutritious and in line with your goals. So I like to use a lot of shortcuts in the kitchen. I recommend you do as well. And for me, what that means is having vegetables washed once, ready to go, or buy them pre-washed, prepped from the store. Yes, they might cost a little bit more, but they're so worth it. Here, I've got some organic celery sticks, pre-cut, pre-washed, pre-everything. I'm not a huge organic person. They just happen to be at Costco, so I bought them, $5. And here is my butter lettuce, all washed and prepped, ready to go in a bag. That way I'm like, no excuses. I got salad ready. Just throw it in a bowl, add some olive oil, salt and pepper, maybe lemon juice, throw on a tomato, whatever other vegetables you got laying around, and you've got a delicious salad. So the point is, take shortcuts. Don't feel like you have to be perfect and fancy. For me, this works out really well. I use a lot of frozen meats in my house. I'm holding up here a Foster Farms chicken breast fillets with rib meat. Love Foster Farms. Thank you for sponsoring a recent podcast. And they even gave us prizes. Isn't that great? Love Foster Farms chicken. And you know what's great about these frozen fillets? This is what's great about them. I cook them from frozen. That is amazing, people. Like ding, 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 ding. Gold star to cooking frozen chicken in the Instant Pot. Does anyone else do that? Frozen meat? Any kind of frozen meat? Do you cook it from frozen? Follow the instructions on your Instant Pot, but man, it is amazing and fast. And yes, you can thaw. Yes, you can do it the old-fashioned way. But hello, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
That was easy.
That was easy. We love it. I think taking shortcuts is awesome. You know what? There's a lot of packaged, canned, frozen, processed food out there that we can take advantage of in the keto diet. That's what part of dirty keto is, in my opinion, is like bagged lettuce. That's dirty keto. Here's a pouch of steamed and freshly marinated cauliflower with salt and pepper. Okay, already done. You don't even have to wash it. Do you have to use these things every night? No, you don't. However, these are fun in a pinch, aren't they? And if it helps you stay on track, having a can of green beans or using frozen broccoli, do it. Who cares? There's no judgment. That's part of dirty keto, is to take shortcuts. And I share a lot of these types of tips inside Extra Easy Keto during that routine chapter. I encourage you to take shortcuts because then you're more likely to stay on track. And just make it a habit. You don't have to be so fabulous and perfect and Betty Crocker-ish, right? You don't. Now, also think about ways you can cook faster in addition to taking shortcuts. Like, for example, I've got my microwave out here. See that? Cook in the microwave. What are some other fast cooking methods that you could use? Can you share below in the comments? I'm thinking about a wok. Cooks pretty fast. Microwave. What else? Instant Pot. Anybody saying air fryer? Love my air fryer. Gold star to the air fryer. Oh my gosh, changed my life. And furthermore, not only are you cooking fast, I recommend that as a routine, but I also think you should focus on cleanup. Now, cleanup should be as fast as possible. If you don't have a lot of helpers at your house, you need to get some, put people to work, and then also using little tricks to make cleanup a little faster. I'm showing you here a couple of liners I use in my air fryer. These are parchment paper liners. You can use them in other things too, but I just happen to use them in my air fryer a lot. That way I'm not cleaning all the not as much. It makes it a lot faster. And they're super affordable. I buy them in bulk on Amazon. What are some other tricks for cleanup? Can you please share? I would like to hear your ideas. I'll share a couple of my tricks with you today. These are all part of number 2. Like doing little shortcuts, taking little fast, quickie ideas and turning it into a regular routine. That way there's no excuse. You wake up in the morning, you're getting ready for the day, and you're already thinking, how can I make healthy food, keto-friendly food fast? And how can I clean it up fast? Because then you're going to do it, right? If it's easy and fast. Here's an oven bag. You can cook turkeys in that, clean up a snack. What about these slow cooker liners? I love these so much. And whenever I put these on Instagram at Dirty Lazy Keto, if you'd like to follow me, whenever I put a picture of anything like this on Instagram, people freak out. They're like, oh, you're going to get microplastics and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. But at least I'll have dinner. Yes, you don't have to use these things. I'm just letting you know there are shortcuts out there. And if you rely on them and incorporate them into your routines and you make that part of your getting ready on a keto diet, you are going to be more successful. At least that's what my experience has been. And if you are looking in particular for more quick recipes that come together very fast, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, soups, salads, desserts, drinks, everything, you really want to get a copy of the Dirty Lazy Keto Cookbook. This is the No Time to Cook cookbook. The Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. It's the 3rd one out of the 4 in the series so far. And every recipe in here is made in 30 minutes or less. That includes prep time. I know, isn't that amazing? And even better, at the beginning of the book, a lot of people think I just write the cookbook and throw some recipes in, but that's not the case. The beginning of all of my cookbooks, I really go into strategies to be successful and lifestyle tips and personal stories and sharing about the food groups and why the keto diet works and how to make it faster, easier, simpler for you. So there's a lot of inspiration, stories, and tips throughout the book. So don't think it's just, oh, it's just a bunch of recipes. No, this is special. There's very few people out there who've lost 140 pounds or even a lot of weight on the keto diet and actually share what it is they're eating. So glom onto those people, me included, because what we're eating obviously works. Don't just buy a cookbook from some random keto person. Oh, it says keto on the cover. How do you know who made it? It's probably written by some AI person or somebody who never lost weight and has kept it off and has been cooking for a family and made it affordable, right? With normal food, normal ingredients. So keep that in mind. I know I'm like proselytizing. Is that the word? But I feel very passionate about this and I want you to be successful too. So I think we have to get rid of some of these things that are in our head, like, oh, I gotta be perfect. I gotta cook from scratch. It's gotta be organic. I gotta buy, farmer's market vegetables and just be a little bit easier on yourself and relax. You can certainly do those things, but if you lower your standards a little bit and more self-love, make things easier, I feel like you're going to be more successful and you'll be able to stick with this for the long haul. This is all about healthy eating and healthy living, not about some fast weight loss. So think about that in the big picture. Woo! That's all part of number 2. I got to have a drink. So I'm hoping you guys will share a fast cooking hack or a fast cooking product that's keto friendly below. Can you guys do that for me? Because it's fun to hear from each other, isn't it? And while you're typing, I'm going to spin the wheel. We're going to see what kind of prize I'm giving away today. And this is for anyone in the comments at random. We love prizes, don't we? It's so exciting. Oh, you get a big close-up of my orange flower when I turn my head here. You're welcome. Here we go. Ooh, it's a good prize today, people. I'll do a bell. Ding, 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 ding. The book, one of the Dirty Lazy Keto books is going to be your prize today. So if you want to win a Dirty Lazy Keto book, tell me in the comments, and you can even tell me which book you want to win. And you might be a winner. I might choose you. So be enthusiastic and share quite a bit during our time together. I appreciate that. And it makes it fun, right? Not just for prizes. Let's move on to number 3. I want you to get ready with me and be successful every morning on the keto diet. Here's the third strategy, the third routine that I have, and I want you to give this a try. And this is your number 3, the snack plan of attack routine. The snack plan of attack. Can you say that 3 times fast? The snack plan of attack. Because I love the quote that says, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. Right? You know that quote? A failure to plan is a plan to fail. If you don't make a plan for yourself, more than likely, it's not going to work out. Let's just be real. So if you're not planning your snacks for the day, if you're not planning your meals, more than likely you're going to, go off track. I know, let that sit in a little bit. You're like, dang, that's harsh. But it's true. So let's see what you're planning out for the day for your meals. I'm going to hold up a Dirty Lazy Keto lunch pail here. And you can order this. This is part of the merch. Here, I have it in black. And this is just some random things I stuffed in here to give you some examples of what to plan for your day, right? You're going to need some protein. You could do lunch meat, piece of cheese. Like, be simple. I just shoved this in a bag. This is from the deli at my local grocery store. Maybe you have some hard-boiled eggs ready to go for the week. I love to cook those in my Instant Pot. If you're making a sandwich, don't worry about all that keto bread and stuff. Either use some lettuce, throw the meat and cheese in a Ziploc, or maybe even try something fun like this. These are the Folio's cheese wraps. They come in different flavors. So cute, right? And I have a ton of them in different flavors to try. I make tacos out of them or sandwich wraps. When I'm kind of tired of lettuce and I want something fun and special. This is something I'm newly in love with, you guys. Oh my goodness. I think it was like Amazon Prime Day I saw these. These are Quest Minis. Oh, it spoke my language. When we're talking about a plan of attack, I get kind of stressed out about the big protein bars because, they're a lot. It's like having a candy bar, really. There's a ton of everything in there. But really, I can just have this mini and be extra satisfied. I really can. And it's such a treat. They're kind of the same fun size as like Halloween candy, but they're super low in carb and they taste great. 80 calories, 2 net carbs, less than 1 gram of sugar. And it's not that I have them every day, but I do keep one in my little lunch pail. Keep them in my car, keep them at my desk. That way, if I have an emergency snack situation, I'm prepared. Because remember, a failure to plan is a plan to fail. So what else can you pack for yourself? Put that in the comments, please. Put in the comments what's going to be in your snack pack. Something else I like to keep on hand is nuts. Here are the Blue Diamond. What are these? Habanero flavored. Oh, those are so yummy. I lick the bag. I was going to say I can lick the bag, but I actually do. I'll just go ahead and say it. Make sure you're getting your protein. I know I mentioned the deli meat earlier, but what's another way you could get protein during the lunch day? Can you think of some ideas? I'm holding up a little can of tuna fish here because you'll make lots of friends with that at work. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. You got to come up with something. So think about your ideas, what you can plan in your snacks. Oh, I have another lunch pail. A couple more ideas. I especially like ones that you can just keep there all the time. It's not like you're going to have it every day, but just in case. Like a Premier protein drink for an emergency. Here's some more nuts examples. These are pistachios. I like to buy the small containers, individually wrapped nuts, like especially at the dollar store. Here's a vanilla roasted almonds. They also have them in cocoa powder. Aren't those fun? And, ooh, I love these too. These are little olive packs. Obviously, you don't have to buy items like this prepackaged. You could put them in a little container yourself, right? It doesn't have to be like that. But it's fun to hold up during the video today. No matter where I'm at, no matter if I'm in the car, traveling, the purse, no matter what, I've always got my gum. Woo! Saved my life. You guys know one of my favorites right now is Mentos, cotton candy. Oh, so good. It's like eating a dessert. I'm starting to slow down, so I got to fast forward, people. I want to keep going. I don't want to lose you. But listen to me. I'll put a whole video after this. I'll link it up. It's called Low Carb Keto Snacks to Go. And I'll show you even more examples. I know I love to talk about food. So the number 3, I just showed you a few examples, but if you stay tuned after this, you can watch a whole nother video devoted to that very topic. Should we go on to number 4? We're going to wrap this up with 5 total. So I've got 2 more to tell you about. Number 4, this one's kind of a obvious one to me, but a lot of people forget about this one when they first wake up in the morning. They're like, I'll do that later. And this is talking about your drinks. Your drinks. Now, I know we all like our coffee in the morning or tea, but very early in my routine to get ready with me in the morning is to start drinking my water. I'm doing this as soon as I'm finishing my activity or walk or whatever exercise I'm doing. I'm making sure to hydrate and also to balance my electrolytes, either by adding electrolytes to supplementation to my water or buying a pre-made type fuel like Smart Water, or I might be using some of the powders or squirts. Again, this is dirty keto. We can do these fun things, right? Here's Gatorade Zero. Here's Propel. You do you. You can buy these pre-made or make them yourself. And yes, there's products out there that are pretty expensive too. Electrolytes, supplementation at Costco, and all these weird powders. And then really all you have to do is buy a sugar-free Gatorade and be done with it. So don't overthink it. You just need to start drinking that water early and often. Here's my giant hydro flask that I may have shown you before. Put a big straw in that, keep filling it up when I'm at home. I even got water delivered to my house with one of those cold machines. We've been doing that because it helps my whole family drink cold water. It's like right there. One of those machines where you get the little tap, costs us $2 a month for the machine. Totally worth it in my opinion, because I got to drink water. And I got to do anything and everything to convince myself to drink water. Like, I got to get desperate and crazy, right? I can't just be like, oh, this is so delicious. Right? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say, ew, this is boring and terrible. So here's another item from our the merch shop, and I added some stickers to it. Isn't that cute? I like having a variety of tools at my hands to make the water taste better. Whether you use lemon or lime or a flavor packet, do anything. Please, I beg you, do anything to make that water start early. Because people are like, oh yeah, I drink enough water. And I'm like, how much do you drink? Check out this new Stanley Cup. Because I'm drinking a lot. I mean, especially in the summer, I'll have like 6 of those giant Voss water bottles and maybe more. I mean, a lot. The Stanley are kind of a new fun hip thing. Of course, my teenage children coaxed me into this outrageously expensive cup. But here's the thing. I love it because it's got a handle and it keeps your ice cold like forever. It's amazing. It really is. I bought it for my son and then I keep stealing it back from him. So there's a lot of fun tricks out there. Please share what's working for you, whether it's just a regular old cup, whether it's a hydro flask, whether you're using a measured cup or what. But share your trick. I know I have a whole video just on water, but it's nice if you guys will just contribute right here and right now for the folks that needed some help with that. But you got to. Otherwise, the whole keto diet goes without enough fluids to keep everything moving and keep you feeling great when you're in ketosis. It can be dehydrating. Woo! Are we having fun today? Yes? Can I get you still awake? Wake up! Let's move on to number 5, please. Number 5, I've got some fun show and tell for you. Let me move it over a little closer to me. Number 5 is all about my morning routine, which I keep talking about, is exercise. Now, I don't want to be all preachy about this because I know a lot of you are like, but I can't because I got this and I got that. Okay, I got you. But I would like to challenge you to turn that language around and tell yourself to move your body, no matter where you're at in your life, no matter what you are able to do, no matter where you live, your weather, your situation, your health, do something. Whatever it is, do something no matter what, and do it every single day. And for me, that is a get ready routine that has helped me become successful, is when I realize the excuses don't matter. My health is what matters. And the only way I'm going to get to where I want to be, and that's a healthy person in life, is to move my body every day the best I can. Now, I've got some tips for you. The first one is set the bar low. You don't have to join a gym. I got my bar here. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to run a marathon. You don't have to take aerobics classes. You can do you, but do it every day. That's the key. And then do a little bit more tomorrow, and then challenge yourself to do a little bit more the next day. And then just keep at it and be consistent. Consistent. It's all about the routine. The routine. You do it every day, no matter what, no excuses. Doesn't matter if your house is on fire, you're still going to do it. You follow me? Doesn't matter if you're on vacation, you're still going to do it. You have to build the activity into your normal routine. Think about it. I know we've all heard, I remember Oprah saying this one time. She was like, I have to exercise like I brush my teeth. And I was like, that is super annoying. Of course, I'm going to brush my teeth. But I didn't quite see how exercise and teeth brushing were the same. It took me a long time to get to this journey. But hey, this is one of my top 5 get ready with me tips, and I'm sharing with you. So obviously, I've been convinced. I had to convince myself. Exercise is not a punishment. And that is a hard lesson for a lot of us to learn. But once you get there, then you're like,
That was easy.
Seriously. It is a journey. So fake it till you make it. Force yourself to do it. Follow some of these lazy keto tricks to help yourself get there. Here's another one. I'll share a couple dirty, lazy keto tricks that helped me. Set a day of the week to do certain things. Like every Thursday, you're going to do X. Every Monday, you're going to do Y. No matter what. No matter what. That's key. The consistent, the routine. Doesn't matter if you feel like it. Doesn't matter if you're sick. Doesn't matter if you have to go to work. You're going to figure it out. That's the only way for me to maintain this lifestyle and my inner sense of transformation, my inner peace, my inner positivity, my inner confidence has to do with moving my body. Because then you feel appreciative. You're like, I'm so grateful that I'm eating vegetables because I have energy. I'm so grateful I'm eating a lower carb diet because I feel healthy and strong and my body feels capable. Like for the first time in my life, I'm able to run or jump in a pool or climb in and out of a boat or climb a ladder. Like things that I couldn't do before. Get up off the floor without holding on to something. Little things and big things. Sitting in a chair at a movie theater. These are all amazing things that make me appreciate my body. So try the scheduling. For me, that really works. For example, I do water aerobics once a week. I walk with a friend once a week. I do some running once a week. I need to get my yoga routine back in. That will make me feel even better. But try putting on your exercise clothes first thing in the morning. Like when I'm getting up in the morning and it's like 32 degrees out, I do not want to put on a swimming suit. But if it's water aerobic day, then I put it on no matter what. No matter what. See, I don't want to, but I put it on no matter what. I tell myself I'll go for 5 minutes. That's one of my tricks is I tell myself, oh, here's my little clock icon. I'll just go for a few minutes, or I'll walk for 5 minutes, or I'll go to the gym for 5 minutes. And I'm lying to myself, but it works. So tell yourself whatever you have to do to get going, whether that means putting on your exercise clothes first thing in the day, whether that means meeting a friend once a week or taking a class once a week, but do it and do it consistently and do it no matter what. Here is my LA Marathon tank top, which is so cute, isn't it? I treasure these because I have run 12 marathons. 12 marathons. I am somebody. Hello. Did y'all forget? Should I show you that before and after picture? Should I show you that before and after picture again? I mean, come on. I was size 24, 26. I had never run in my life. I'd never really exercised in my life, to be honest. I took choir instead of PE in high school. I couldn't do any of these things. And now here I am, a grown adult with adult children practically. One of my kids is in college, and I am out there keeping up with the kids. I'm doing these amazing fun things, and so can you. But the trick is to do them every day and do them no matter what. That really is the key. Start where you're at and just keep on. Now, getting into ketosis, I know a lot of you freak out about that word. You're like, what does that mean? How do I get there? What's the fastest way? What do I have to eat? Blah, blah, blah. I want you to know that I'm here to support you. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know. You know, little tidbits at a time, I think, are the way to learn. That's why I wrote Extra Easy Keto, and I broke it up into 7 days. I'm like, read this one day and then stop. And here's a couple of homework assignments. And then tomorrow, we'll tackle the next subject. Here's a couple of homework assignments. There's even some fun quizzes. But there's a whole section on ketosis, what it means, how to get into ketosis, how to stay in ketosis, what it looks like, what that's doing to your body, what are the benefits, and I explain it all in here. So I strongly urge you to get a copy because that's going to be your Bible, really. It'll answer a lot of the questions that you might be afraid to ask, like, what is ketosis? Right? This lifestyle doesn't have to be complicated. I'm trying to break it up into little pieces for you. I'm doing these videos for you once a week, the podcast once a week. I'm putting out blog articles, the free newsletter, posts on Instagram. You should be subscribing and trying to follow me wherever you are on social media. That way you can get this content. Because the more little reminders you get, the better, right? That way we can support another. I can be that little voice behind you like, you can do it. You're at Starbucks, here's what I order. Or, like little tips and encouragement to stay on track. So I want to just give you a huge round of applause. I want to give you a big hug. And I want to say I'm so proud of you for being here and spending time on yourself, right? This is part of the process. Don't try to rush it. Think about these 5 strategies and really think about number 1, where you're putting yourself first. That is the toughest one to learn, people. And all the food and stuff, we can work on that as we go. But the number 1 reason that you are here is because you are worth it. Your health is worth it. You want to be on this planet as long as possible and live a comfortable, happy, healthy lifestyle with your family. That's why we are here together. Amen, right? So let me give you a huge round of applause and know that the next video up is going to be lots of fun too. You can binge watch. The next video is low carb keto snacks to go. Low carb keto snacks to go. Lots and lots of fun ideas in that video. So thank you so much for watching. I'll keep clapping. Good job. Give yourself a round of applause. Thanks for joining me on the adventure today with the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast. If you have questions about what we talked about, head over to my website, dirtylazyketo.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my free newsletter.